Sorry. Hello, guys. Thanks for coming back. Wow. I just got back home not too long ago, to be honest. Went out for my usual Friday dinner out with the family. And just recently got back in time so we can get started. What I was like, Lord, I hope we get back in time, Lord. But I did. So we are back and ready, honey, for our show. So thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate you guys coming in. I see everybody still coming in. It's fine. Hopefully you guys hit the like button as you came in. Somebody said, singing my SpongeBob voice. I'm ready. Okay. We have some great topics for you guys tonight as well. Okay. Yes, we do. All right. So let's get into it. I've been charging my phone because I've been on it. All right, so everything's said in the video. Let me put my banner up, honey, because we're going to be talking about some really deep stuff tonight. Trigger warning for everybody. Okay, that's going to be watching. Those of you guys that are going through like some very horrific things, whether it's like DV or whatever, I will give a trigger warning before we talk about it, because I know it can be very triggering for some people who love to watch my show and we get to talking about stuff like that. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable or anyone to feel like they are triggered. Okay, so I will do a trigger warning first. For those of you that still want to continue to watch, it's fine. For those of you that feel this is very triggering, you may want to not watch that part if you choose not to. I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm not going to be as graphic, but we will share some things and some new developments that I came across. Okay. All right, so we always want to make awareness, want to make people aware and keep people aware of what is going on out here in these streets and how to deal with and or cope with those said things. Okay, because everybody's going through something, and we can't always tell by looking at the surface in terms of what a person is going through, but we can give awareness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the show. Again, I will give a trigger warning when we get to that point. All right, so for our first topic of the night, and I'm going to let you guys just tell me how y'all feel that this person handled this. Now, the question is asked, who was wrong? It says that a mother stops her daughter's birthday party because the father of her daughter shows up. Okay, she actually has a restraining order against him, and he just shows up to Chuck E. Cheese for the daughter's party, and the mother asks him to leave. Okay, my whole thing is, if there's a restraining order against you, sir, there's a reason why there was a restraining order, and the fact that it was granted means that there was some evidence there that shows that maybe you may have some tendencies that may not be safe for you to be around said person. For you to just show up at this birthday party just because you felt like it and brought a person with you and didn't think that you needed to leave for whatever reason clearly shows that you were wrong. I'm going to show you guys the videos. The mama kind of snapped on his ass. She was like, what are you doing here? What the fuck are you doing here?
I have a restraining order. You guys are supposed to be here. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? We're here. I have a restraining order on somebody who's here. Can you please come right now? Can you please come right now? I have a restraining. You have a warrant out for your arrest too. I'm at Chuck E. Cheese. You have a warrant out for your arrest, John. Don't do this in front of our school friends. I have a restraining order over Bijan Jones. His name is Bijan Christian Jones. Okay. Come on, that ain't necessary. It's not that serious. We just necessary. I don't want you to see her. It's for the love of your It's okay. She's great. It's for your daughter. Absolutely. Hey, don't run now. Everybody on the way. Why your daughter don't know? She stayed with me. I'll tell you the history. He ruined her birthday.
What y'all think about that? Okay. She did ask him multiple times to leave. He refused, of course. He's still there when the police got there. It's a violation. If the restraining order says you can't be around this person, I'm pretty sure on the restraining order it gives you so many feet that you can't be around this person, and you violate that, you can be arrested on site for that. So the mere fact that you showed up to this birthday party, even though it's your child's, okay, the child was with the mother during the time that you showed up where you were not supposed to be there, and you are in violation. So I got to roll with the mama on that. And the fact that she called the police, she should have, because the fact that y'all have a restraining order says that there were some violent tendencies, which caused her to have one filed on you. So he could have snapped off at the kid's birthday party and did something crazy. Okay. I see somebody saying that the police took his side. Probably did. Okay, not knowing, but they need to understand that those restraining orders are put in place for a reason. Many women are unalive because men violate the restraining orders. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I'm gonna show it one more time for people just coming in.
I have a restraining order. You guys are supposed to be here. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? We're here. I have a restraining order on somebody who's here. Can you please come right now? Can you please come right now? I have a restraining. You have a warrant out for your arrest too. I'm at Chuck E. Cheese. You have a warrant out for your arrest too, John. Don't do this in front of our school friends. I have a restraining order on Bijan Jones. His name is Bijan Christian Jones. Okay. Come on, that ain't necessary. It's not that serious. We just I don't want you to see her. It's for the love of your It's okay. She's great. It's for your daughter. Hey, don't run now. Everybody on the way. Why your daughter don't know? She stayed with me. I'll tell you the history. He ruined her birthday. I'll tell you the
So out of order. I don't like when people do that. And then the police should have told him immediately when he pulled up and she said there's a restraining order. The police should have said, okay, sir, you need to leave. There's a restraining order. That means that you can't be here regardless of who's having a birthday party, regardless of the fact that it's your daughter. You have to go, sir. And if you do not go and you refuse to leave, I'm going to go ahead and arrest you, period. There's no negotiation in that situation because you've shown that you cannot be trusted. And the fact that she walked outside and you have a restraining order, that probably wasn't a safe thing to do because you're already upset and the situation has already been heightened. I wouldn't have walked outside with him because that is that's putting you in a situation where you're not around people, where if he decides to snap off and do something crazy, then you're at his mercy versus being in a safe space inside of Chuck E. Cheese where there are cameras in the event that something crazy happens. Okay. Cassandra D says, I can't stand men like this. Let's put your I can't stand men like this. What the heck is his problem? Always showing up. Period. I agree. Period. So yes, women, if you have a restraining order, have it reinforced. Have it reinforced. If somebody show up and they're not supposed to show up there, I don't care. You are not allowed to be here, and that's according to the courts. That's a court document. If you violated, your ass will go to jail. That's how I play. That's how I roll. I don't play like that. Okay, I don't play like that. But let's continue because there are more topics. Okay, there are more topics. We're gonna get through them. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Mr. Jello Pudding Pop, Bill Cosby, honey, is being sued again. Y'all, somebody else have come forward with allegations on Bill Cosby, guys. This shit is not gonna stop. It's not funny at all. We talked about him in Car Chronicles this week, where he was talking about his money is starting to dry up from all the lawsuits, and it's looking like he may have to start selling out. Well, he is starting to sell off stuff according to the actual article that I read. He's starting to having to sell off like expensive paintings and other things in order to be able to live a lavish lifestyle. They're doing second mortgages on their homes in order to be able to survive. He and Camille. I mean, she might be asleep. She might be home asleep because y'all know he likes to indulge in the sprinkle. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, let's get into this. They're saying that Bill Cosby is being sued for R-wording a writer multiple times. Not just one time, but multiple times. Back in the day, child. She is coming forward. She is speaking. She is suing him. So your money about to be looking even more funny because she's probably going to be asking for millions. And it don't look like he's sitting on it like he used to be sitting on it. I know the Cosby Show was supposed to be in syndication, which means they get a check every so often. And with him being the actual main star of the show, I'm sure he's getting good checks from that. But with the lawsuits coming in where they're asking for millions and millions and millions, like he had to pay Andrea Constant, like, I don't know, because she got a nice little grip up off him. Okay, so his wife Camille is sticking and staying right by his side through all of this. And my thing is, ma'am, you've heard of multiple women that have come forward to say the very same thing about your husband, and the fact that you're still there is so crazy to me. And I get it. A lot of people like to, stick to their vows for better or worse, sickness and health, death do you part. But some things, I don't know. I don't think I'd be too willing to stay in a situation like that, knowing that I'm married to someone who is potentially that dangerous. Just because he's old does not make him not dangerous. I mean, look at Diddy. It's kind of the same shit Diddy was doing. He's just an older man. But yeah, just sprinkle, honey. Just sprinkle. He was on the sprinkle. I done talked about how he called the women over for a little date. And he was doing it in Bill and Camille's houses. You were inviting these women to you and your wife's homes, fixing them a drink, sprinkle. The next thing you know, I done told y'all they knock the fuck out over there. Then you have your way with them. And the fact that his wife stayed. Now, my question is, do you think that he did that to his wife? Do you think he's been doing that to his wife if he's doing that to these women? Or is it an obsession that he created for these women that he's dating? Maybe not Camille, because he feel like he has her. That's his wife, that if and whenever he wants to be with her, then she would just be willing to do that because this is his wife. But other women who he may be interested in and may not be able to pull them as quickly, do you think that, maybe he's just doing that to just these women that he's meeting? And coincidentally, they're all white. He's got a thing for the snow bunnies, okay? I haven't seen not one black woman come forward. Maybe because we fight back. Y'all think that's what it is? And I don't want to make it out of a joke. But Bill, okay, you kind of acting like Diddy now. Diddy's doing the same shit that he was doing to old Cassie over there, giving her the DURGSs as well. Let's read this shit, because I'm so tired of Bill Cosby in these damn cases, like for real. And it's like he's done this to so many people until I think he forgot with these women coming out now. I think he forgot that he did that to that many people. I don't think the Bill realizes that he actually was on such a roll back then that he did that to that many women, for them to be coming out of the woodwork like this. It's like every other month. It's some bullshit. Let's get into what it's saying. They're saying that Bill Cosby is at the center of another lawsuit from a woman who first accused him of assault in 2014. All right. Now they're saying that actress and writer Joan Tarshis, okay, is accusing Bill Cosby of R-wording her several times in the 1970s when she was just 19 years old. My God. Says that she was first invited by the comedian to the set of his famous self-entitled sitcom, all right? It says that once there, she claims that he gave her a drink. Why did it always start with a drink? Bill. Now they're saying that which almost ultimately knocked her out. Says that when she awoke, says that Miss Tardish says that she was being undressed. All right. She says about a year later, says that Bill Cosby invited her to attend an event with him where he would be performing. Okay. Says that on the way there, she was given another drink. All right. Says at this time when she woke up, says that Miss Tarnish says that she was nude and had been penetrated by both anally and vaginally. What the fuck, Bill? Oh my God. Says that in 2014 that she came forward to Don Lemon, who shockingly asked her during the interview if she could have stopped Cosby from forcing her to perform apple bobbing. We got to be, okay, apple bobbing. Read between the lines, okay? It says during the awkward exchange, she says that she wished that she would have bitten Cosby, but wasn't thinking of doing that at the moment, okay? So it always starts with a drink with him, it seems like. Every single woman that came forward to talk about being violated by Bill Cosby, it always started with some type of drink, that he would put something in their drink and give it to them. They would drink it. And the next thing you know, they would wake up and realize that they have been violated. And this woman is no different. This woman here is saying that she was violated in the front and the bike. Okay, I'm going to say it again, in the front and the bike. That shit is crazy, Bill. Like, just out here having your way with people. I don't understand why his wife is still with him. I would not be still married to someone who have all these allegations, okay? And it's a lot. More than 50 or so women have come forward to say the very same thing about him. And it's so crazy how his legacy now have been destroyed, from him being known as America's favorite TV dad to now this guy who is like a monster who's running around violating women and putting stuff in their drinks and having his way with them. This shit is crazy. And at one point I was just like, I don't want to believe it. But now it's like, everybody can't be lying. All these women coming forward now. And I don't want nobody in the comments saying, well, what took them so long? Well, we talked about it earlier in our video. You can't tell a person when it's time for them to come forward and talk about stuff, because everybody process things differently. Okay, everybody process their hurt and abuse and pain and everything else differently than the next person. Okay, where it might take you 10 years, it might take this person 10, 15 years. The embarrassment of it all coming forward. Do you think this woman want to sit here and talk about being violated, you know, the way she was violated by Bill Cosby? That's embarrassing. Who wants to talk about the intricate details? You're actually reliving that moment. And who wants to think about that? It's already bad enough that you dealt with it for this many years. So to have to open up a case to talk about it, take him to court, and have to deal with this and tell intricate details of what happened on this date, what happened, like, you know, back to back of what happened, you know, it's got to be traumatic. It's got to be traumatic. And keep in mind, I'm sure most of these women have done some type of therapy and or counseling. So you got women sitting on the stand crying, saying, hey, this man did this to me. And the fact that his wife is still sitting right there beside him and hearing these things that's going on in all these cases with these women saying that he did these things and it was actually done in your home is just very crazy to me. I can't make it up, y'all. Camille, I don't know what it is, sis. Like, you've been married to Bill long enough to know, sis, if you got divorced, you're gonna be okay financially. You could have left a long time ago when these cases started coming out. And I get it, you love Bill, but Bill's got a problem. And that's a problem that he's gonna probably take to the grave. He's old now. Bill is almost 90 years old. He probably ain't been to therapy yet. And if he did, that's great for him. But at the end of the day, ma'am, you are married to a very dangerous man. It makes me wonder, is he doing the same shit to her at home? Now, I do know when he was locked up in prison, he was still controlling the money from the prison walls, saying that Camille could only spend X amount of money and had his, I want to say his manager or somebody monitoring her and her spending while he was locked up. That's your wife. First of all, you ain't monitoring shit. I'm holding you down while your ass is locked up for something that you've been doing. When my ass could have been gone a long time ago and sued you and divorced you and got my money and got the hell on, because their kids are grown now. They got grandkids from their kids now. So Camille could have been divorced his ass and moved on and got her little money child and been living her best life. That makes me wonder, have you been violating her as well? Because it's in you. I don't see what would stop you from doing that to your own wife if you felt like doing that. But let's move on. That's so sad. All right. So next topic is photos are starting to circulate of Cassie. Everybody knows who Cassie is by now. She is the young lady that is suing Diddy for $30 million for the abuse, the trafficking, and everything else that she went through, that she endured for 13 years of being with him. All right. I think everybody's been listening to different content creators cover this. So you guys probably have heard the deposition by now, which is very, very, very gruesome. Like when I look at Diddy now, I see a total monster. I see a person who has a problem. I don't know what kind of home life he grew up in. Word on the street is he takes care of his mother. His mother's name is on all of his stuff. And I think he has it that way because he probably knows that at some point in time, his ass is going to be going to prison and he wants to make sure all of his shit is taken care of. Word on the street, like I said, is all of his belongings, cars, houses, land, everything else that he owns is in his mother's name. Diddy is a monster. I don't know what type of home life he had. And the fact, sir, that you are raising daughters, Kim Porter's daughters, who she's not here anymore, probably at your hands. All right. We're going to get into it. I pulled some stuff. I put some commentary together. I've been really, really into this case because it's crazy. It's crazy. Diddy is a monster, and I don't think his daughters need to be in that house with him. I think that someone else needs to be raising them daughters. They're teenagers now. They're soon going to be 18 years old here soon if they're not very close to it. I think they may be 16 or so. But I don't think they need to be anywhere around him, because how can you be a father to daughters and treat women the way that you have? When I heard the deposition and heard all the things in depth of what Cassie endured, to where he would go into these rages and he would put paws on her. He has sat back and denied it. Pictures are starting to surface online. I'm going to go ahead and do a trigger warning for those of you who have been through something of that sort. This may be a great time for you to maybe drop down. And if it doesn't bother you, then I'm happy that it doesn't, because I do want to share this and I do want to make people aware of what is going on. Okay. So trigger warning for those of you watching after this point, because we're going to be talking about some things that really need to be addressed. Okay. It's very, very sad, and I want to talk about it because y'all know I like to inspire and I like to advocate for women. I have a heart for women. I don't know where this came from, guys, but when I see women going through stuff like this, I like to put that into my commentary and talk to women, encourage women, and teach women that this is not a life that you have to live. Okay, everybody is meant to be with somebody. When you are in a situation where someone does not value you and they treat you like you are a piece of gum on the bottom of their shoe, okay, women are the most disrespected and mistreated creatures on the face of this earth, and it's always done by a man. And at the end of the day, we came from a man, from your rib. So at the end of the day, you should always love and cherish and protect us. And the fact that this woman was with him for 13 years and was not protected and was publicly humiliated, okay? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some pictures that were sent to me, okay? To kind of show Diddy, you are a fucking liar. And I got to say it like that because that's the first thing that came out of his mouth when you know that you violated this woman, okay? It kind of makes me mad a little bit because it's always the ones that think that they have so much money to where they can get out of things. R. Kelly felt the same way. And I know a lot of people say, well, why do you keep talking about R. Kelly in this Diddy situation? Well, the two of those kind of tie into the same things because, as we know, R. Kelly is in prison for trafficking. And Diddy was doing the same thing to Cassie. He met her when she was 19 years old. He was in his 30s. At the end of the day, what the hell are you doing with a 19-year-old? She's young enough to be your child. Okay, you already took her from her boyfriend, which she was already dating someone, Ryan Leslie. Whenever you met her, she was happy in her relationship. But because you wanted to control her, Diddy, because you wanted to control her and have her involved in things that were very unheard of, I feel like he's a whole monster. And I feel like you should be in prison, okay, with your buddy, R. Kelly. All right. Now, there was a picture that was out a while back. Now, as you guys know, Cassie was saying that he did hit her a few times. So she went through a lot of DV situations, and it was multiple times throughout the 13 years that I ain't even going to say dated because y'all weren't dating. Y'all weren't dating. You had her there for a specific reason. Okay. And if you heard the deposition, then you know why. She was being trafficked, taken from city to city, state to state to several hotels to where she had to call men that she didn't even know. According to the deposition, Diddy was having her call men to hotels, making her sleep with them while he videotaped it and pleasured himself. Okay. Now, she was saying on this particular picture that has resurfaced that she had an ATV accident. She and Diddy were in Dubai, supposed to be on some type of vacation. And I'm going to go ahead and show the picture because she's saying that she was in an ATV accident, but this is where he actually put pause on her. So trigger warning for those of you that don't want to see this, you can look away at this point. Okay. All right. Shout out to Impressive TV. All right. I ain't going to leave it up long as you guys can see her face. Okay. Did y'all see that? Did everybody see that? This beautiful girl. I'm going to show it one more time. Y'all see that? Look at her lip. Look at her head. You never touched her, Diddy? How did that happen? Okay. Now, in the comments, when this said picture, and they said that this was a post and delete picture, she was then crying out for help back then. She posted this picture and she took it back down because she didn't want maybe Diddy to see that. Okay. Somebody said they remember that. She posted that picture and she took it back down because she didn't want him to see that. Okay. Now, I feel like that's the same scar that she's carrying where the bandages on the top of her head. That's a scar that's still there. That's a permanent scar now on her head. All right. I'm going to read to you what the comments have to say and what she had to say. She says, new Ray-Ban. She's talking about her shade. She says, on my way to have a lot of fun. I'm vacationing in Dubai. All right. Now, in the comments, people are asking what happened because they noticeably see her face being the way that it is. It says, you're always the most beautiful, Cassie. Another person says, they're asking as well, what happened? This other person asked her, did she get hit? Another person is asking, what happened to you, babes? Another person says, says that I hope you get better soon. Take care. Then I'm waiting for you in your new album. I love you, Cassie. Stay beautiful and ignore the haters. Okay. Then another person wrote something, but it's in another language that I don't know. It looked like it may be German. Okay. Yeah. So it's noticeable. It's noticeable. Her lip is busted. And then she actually posts a picture of her glasses after said incident with Diddy. Let me show the glasses. These are her new glasses that were just purchased, Ray-Ban glasses. She was so proud of them. She posted them, and now the glasses are broken. And you can already guess how they got broken. If you heard the deposition, then you already know how they got broken. What do you guys think about that? Somebody said I'm gonna have to Google it. I'll show it again. Somebody said they didn't get to see it. I have a bigger picture. I think I did a bigger picture. Give me 1 second so you can see it better. All right. Okay. Can y'all see it now? Can y'all see it now? She had to wear shades because she probably had a black eye. Her lip is busted, and she has a big bruise over her head, and she also has a bandage over her head. And if you look at pictures, like recent pictures of her now, you can see like the remnants of whatever was going on under that bandage on her head. And you're raising daughters. That's scary. Because how would he feel if his daughters came to him and said, Dad, someone put paws on me, and you could visibly see the wounds of this said incident happening? He would not like that. He would want to put paws on a person. Okay, so for him to, whenever this case came out yesterday, for him to say, no, this never happened, I never put my hands on her, sir, you are a goddamn lie. And I just got to say that. Okay, you're a liar. You're a liar. How did that happen to her? Beautiful girl. That makes me so upset to see something like that happen to her, because it did not have to happen. Now, I'm going to, after that, play you guys something that also was sent to me, which kind of scared me a little bit. Now, I'm not into psychics, but when I saw this, I said, oh my God, this person was so spot on, you guys, that I was just like, damn. All right, so there was a psychic that came out to predict when Diddy's fate would actually happen to him. And it's so scary and so eerie that this person was so spot on in terms of what she said. Okay, I'm going to play it for you guys. This white lady. She is a psychic, a medium, or whatever you want to call it. I don't believe in that. But the fact that she was so spot on, I was just like, oh my God. Now, I do believe that sometimes people do have the ability to, like, and I'm gonna call it spiritual. I like to say spiritual because I don't do that other witchcraft bullshit. I'm not into that. But I do believe that some people do have the ability to have like X-ray vision and or hear from God and like know things before it happens. Okay, I've been prophesied to before, and I promise you, the person that told me what they told me, it actually happened, and it kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, okay, I don't believe in it. It kind of scared me. I would just say that. But let's go ahead and play what this woman had to say because, baby, listen.
I am being shown November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018. But I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up. And there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling. For some reason, she's showing me like, was one of her kids, I wonder, in band? Because she's showing me like trumpet marching band type music, which is weird because I don't think that that's her favorite. But I'm being shown that. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way there. That's what it is. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way to uncover this information, and I'm getting 5 months. So I feel sorry, I keep laughing because she's like, out with it. Toxic metal exposure. Personal, private, handwritten documentation about what was said to her 3 months before she passed, what she witnessed, and the final straw that she couldn't take anymore. And it's not a case of domestic violence. It goes far beyond that and that. So it is domestic violence, but it's far, far beyond that. So she goes in a completely different scope. 5 months. The time is being marked. 5 months. So this is June, July, August, September, October, November. I'm going for November 15th. or right around there. It's coming out. It will not be. You cannot keep this. She's literally, you cannot stop the truth. And she has like, this is it. Oh, like crazy. I am being shown November of 2023.
Y'all get that? This was during the time that Kim Porter was still alive when she predicted this, guys. What are the chances of this shit happening? Kim Porter is no longer here. Okay. Kim Porter is no longer here. She's talking to, they're saying Kim Porter. Now they're saying the video resurfaces of psychic medium who was channeling Kim Porter, predicting that a truth would be uncovered about Diddy in November of 2023. They said something is unraveling. Is that crazy or what? Because what are we in now? November. Okay. This situation came out, what's today? The 17th. It came out on the 16th. This woman said on the 15th or somewhere around there. When I tell you she was so close to the date, this case came out where Cassie said that she is suing Diddy for $30 million on the 16th of November. The psychic medium said the 15th. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. And DV, she says it goes beyond that. Okay. Which it has gone beyond that. If you've heard the documents, the court documents are saying trafficking, DV, abuse, and a few other things that Cassie has endured. And I feel like Kim Porter dealt with the same thing. Okay. She was controlled by Diddy as well. Now, you guys know she was also, she was also writing a book, a tell-all book about Diddy prior to her passing. Okay. Prior to her passing, she was writing a tell-all book. And I think they said a month after Kim Porter passed away, that some guys broke into the house, okay, ransacked the house, and they were saying that they were thinking that they were looking for that particular book to get any copies or any traces of said book out of there and destroyed, because in that book she was talking about some things that she saw as related to Diddy that she was not supposed to see. As we already know, like I said earlier in my video, that it was said that Diddy had been having some homosexual relationships with men at said parties. Okay, several celebrities go to these parties. Cat Williams actually spoke about it, as I said this morning, about these parties where they have men coming in, and then there's a back room where you go in to have other types of, relations. Okay. At these parties where they get high and they're doing any type of crazy thing, but they're doing it with men. It's no secret. It's no secret. Okay. Now, Diddy did do a song. Okay. Diddy did do a song, which is so crazy. And it's like I've been saying, I feel like he's been wanting to come out of the closet, but I feel like if he does it, that he feels like his career and his life would be over because of what people would say about him, because he's kept this whole persona that, I'm Diddy, I can get any pretty girl. I don't think he's ready to come out yet. So he did have a song that came out, and the words to this particular song says that I think your sister's cute, but let's boy on boy it. I'm gonna say it again. I think your sister's cute, but let's boy on boy it. We all know what that means, right? Why would you say that in a song? Why would you say that in a song? You are a male who says that he like women. So what would let's boy on boy? I think your sister's cute, but let's boy on boy it. That's the words to this song that he put out. What do y'all think about that? That's very telling. It's like you're trying to hide behind whatever it is that you're dealing with. I think personally, he's been wanting to come out for quite some time, and he's been scared to do that because he didn't want the scrutiny and he didn't want everybody looking at him a certain type of way. All right. Yeah. That whole psychic thing threw me, guys. When I saw that, I watched it like so many times, and I cannot believe this shit. Like, lady, you were dead on it, because Kim Porter died November the 18th of 2018. Diddy was exposed on November the 16th of 2023, guys. That is so close. That is so close. And I kept saying, why am I saying that I feel like Diddy wants to come out of the closet? I feel like his anger towards Cassie is the fact that he's taking his anger out on Cassie in the fact that he can't be who he really wants to be. Okay. R. Kelly did it with the girl that he was with. One of the girls that was in his camp, okay? Yeah. One of the girls that was in his camp. What was her name? Dominique. Y'all remember Dominique? Dominique, honey. Y'all remember Dominique, who was in the camp with R. Kelly, where he made her cut all her hair off? Pretty girl. He made her cut all her hair off, and she looked like a boy. When her mama came, if y'all saw Surviving R. Kelly, you saw the girl Dominique, where her mama came and rescued her from the hotel. She looked just like a boy. She was dressing like a boy. That is who R. Kelly liked, because he too was dealing with men. And it was already put out there, okay? One of the other girls, Geronda, she put it out there that she had to strap up for R. Kelly several times. So he liked men, okay? And she also sat and watched him with another man. I feel like Diddy have been having these parties, okay? And he keeps people like Cassie and beautiful women on his arm to hide who he really is and what's going on behind the scenes, because he's not ready to come out yet. When he asked her to shave her head on the side, that was him. That was him feeling like, okay, he wanted her to look like a man, because as beautiful as Cassie was, why do you want her to cut her hair off like that? Okay. It made him feel that she was more masculine to have her hair that way. And he made her have her hair that way for a very long time, because that made him feel comfortable to be with someone who looked masculine to him. Even though she was a female, he viewed her at that time as a male. That's what he looked at her as, knowing that she was a woman. He didn't respect her because he low-key has hate towards women. And people keep asking Carisha, honey, from the City Girls, girl, why are you still fooling with Diddy? They've been all in her comments. They have been asking her, like, girl, why are you still fooling with him? Why are you still fooling with him? He's dangerous. People have been saying that to her. And she is still fooling with Diddy. And I get it. He's got money. You want that lifestyle. You don't want to leave. He's taking you to Dubai, giving you all this money. Like, my question is she being treated the same way that Cassie is? Because you're not really his girlfriend like that. He don't acknowledge you like that. I mean, he's had children during the time that he and Carisha have been together, and he's had other girlfriends as well. So what is the nature of this relationship? Are you on his arm once again to hide the fact that he is hiding behind you so that he can really live his own life? Okay. All right, so it says the Young Miami trends as social media users flood her pages with comments and questions about Cassie's sexual assault and abuse lawsuit against Diddy. Okay, it says that you better not stick beside that man. That is what they're telling Carisha. Okay, now they're saying they're following the Me and You singer's bombshell allegations of sexual assault and abuse. They said that many seem to be wondering what the city girl thinks about the ordeal. It says that as we've been covering, that Cassie sent the internet into a frenzy after filing a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that she was the victim of domestic violence, okay, and assault and trafficking for years. It says it's no surprise that fans of Carisha, aka Young Miami Brownlee, which is 29 years old, he like him young, don't he? Because Cassie was 19. Diddy is all of almost 60 years old. What the fuck are you doing with a 29-year-old? Okay. Are now skeptical of her relationship with the hip-hop icon, as the rapper has been publicly dating Diddy, who is 54, off and on since the summer of last year. Okay. He also dated Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey also dated his son. That's very sick. Now, they're saying that many took to social media to address her thoughts about the whole thing. That says that some questioned if she's being groomed or has been asked to perform sexual things, such as Cassie had to do with other men for Diddy's satisfaction, which Cassie alleges in the suit. All right. Now they're saying that others urge her to end her romance with the music artist. And it also says that one user also pointed out that the act up rapper, which is Carisha, has been repeatedly photographed wearing white fingernails while with Diddy, which is something that Cassie said in her deposition, that Diddy asked her to wear white fingernail polish so that whenever she's with these big black men, that they get to do these prostitution, sexual pleasuring type things in these hotels, that the not white nail polish was supposed to bounce off their skin whenever he's videotaping her. So he always wanted her to have her nails painted white. And now we're seeing Carisha with these same white nails. Okay. While with Diddy, which apparently is something, like I said, Cassie mentioned that she was also required to do. Now they're saying that all this time, Young Miami, who is typically very active on Twitter, has yet to make any comments about the situation. This is on the platform. Users are debating whether or not she was aware of Diddy's alleged abuse nature and questioning her silence on the matter. She's very quiet, and it's very quiet probably because he asked her to. Because you're not in a platonic relationship with him, because like I said, he just had a baby. Diddy has a baby that's not even a year old. And Carisha, you've been with him since last year, which means he's been with someone else. That baby is barely 6 months old. So that means he's been seeing someone else and doing someone else, which means, hey, he was doing the same thing when he was with Kim Porter. He was with Kim Porter and he was still seeing Cassie. All right. Kim Porter would be doing her thing. He would have Kim Porter on the back burner and he would go out with Cassie. When Cassie was not well enough, and I'm going to say well enough whenever she was bruised up and had to be in hotels for weeks at a time because she had a black eye or something of that nature, he would go out with Kim Porter. It was like he was switching them out. Kim Porter had no privacy because she was staying in his place. She was driving his car, just like Cassie. Cassie was driving his car that he purchased her. She was staying in an apartment 5 minutes down from where he was living. If you my woman, why ain't staying in your house? That's my question. If I'm your woman, would you buy me an apartment for 5 minutes away, walking distance, when I can just stay with you? That's usually how it works, is it not? So the fact that you wanted to control me and you had keys to this woman's place to come and go whenever you felt like it, which he actually put the key in the door and walked up in there one time when one of her friends was there and got into some type of altercation with the friend, which he wound up having to pay as well for that said altercation because he came over there drunk trying to be controlling towards Cassie. But my thing is this, with Carisha, I think she's in love with getting all the perks that comes with being with Diddy. But my question is, Diddy has a pattern with all the women that he's been with. And it's also been said that something happened to where Kim Porter, and I'm going to say allegedly, they said something about she was hit in the nose once, where maybe her nose was broken. Okay, that's a question. That's a question. Carisha, you were just on an interview for the Breakfast Club, and you were saying that Diddy is very overly sexually active, that he's like a nympho, that's all he wants to do when you're with him is lay up, and he goes for a very long time, to the point to where sometimes it can be too much for you, to where you want to tap out sometimes, that's all he wants to do. He has a problem. He's a sex addict, and he is a monster, okay? And he's an R-wordist. It's very, very nasty what he was doing. How do you sit back as a man and say, I'm your woman, and you watch strangers come in off the street and lay up with me and record it and pleasure yourself watching someone else violate me? You're trafficking, sir. Same shit R. Kelly did. And he called every one of those young girls my girlfriends. You said on Gayle King, yes, they're my girlfriends. They're my girlfriends. How? When they're being made to do things that they don't want to do, when they can't come and go when they want to, they have to have somebody with them all the time to report back and watch them so that they don't get away from you. And with abusers, like I said before, Stockholm syndrome makes them leave and come back. Cassie kept leaving and coming back. Every time it looked like she got away from him, she would come back because he had a way of saying things to her and threatening her and making her scared to where she could not stay away. Like that last time when she came to see him, when he actually R-worded her. She says that he told her, and this was right after Kim Porter passed away, and he used Kim Porter's death as a means to, whenever he called Cassie, he was crying uncontrollably on the phone, okay? He called her. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm in such a place. I really need to see you right now. I really need. And she felt sorry for him and went to meet him at said restaurant. They had a conversation. And after that, she was going back to her place and he pushed himself into her home and violated her. So how is it that you are grieving and you turn grieving into R-wording someone? How sick is that? How sick are you? All of a sudden you're grieving. You call me over to help you get over what you're going through in terms of grieving over Kim Porter, somebody whom you said you loved, someone who you have all these children with. I leave to get ready to go home, and you push yourself into my place, and you violate me. So it's kind of giving crazy vibes there. Okay. My only thing is I hate the fact that she kept going back to him when she got away from him, because there were several times that she went to stay with like a friend in Miami. She went to stay with her mom. It's said in the list that her mom also has pictures that when she went to go stay with her mom after Diddy beat her up one time, her face was messed up. She had kick marks in her back as well. So her mother took pictures of those. So Diddy, it's not looking too good for you to sit here and say that you never did those things to her, because there is proof. It's pictures floating around on social media as we speak. And her mother also has pictures from where he actually put hands on her and violated her. So, and then her husband now, Alex Fine, the guy that was her, person that helped her work out, her personal trainer, she was talking to him and they caught feelings, and she wound up leaving Diddy to be with him. And that had to be hell for her. Because every time she left, according to her, he would always say something and have his security to go and find her and make her come back, because he always used the word, and I didn't like this when I heard it, I could not track her down. Track means you got some kind of device or somebody watching me or somebody constantly looking for me. Same thing happened with Kim Porter. She went away and got away from him and fell off the face of the earth. He couldn't find her anywhere, and it pissed him off, because he always had control and eyes on all of his women. So when he couldn't find Kim Porter, he called Kim's mother. I said, who that sound like? Y'all remember when Ike Turner on the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? When he couldn't find Tina, when Tina finally left his ass, and Tina said, Mama, don't tell Ike if he calls here where I am. I'm leaving Ike. Diddy could not find Kim Porter. He had been calling her multiple times and could not reach her. And he called Kim Porter's mother in Georgia, and Kim Porter's mother said, I don't know what you're talking about. She's not here. When she probably was already there. But y'all know as mothers, if you know that your daughter is there and she's telling you, hey, look, Mom, I'm hiding out here. And if he calls, tell him I ain't here. So it's probably one of those things. All right. But he had been calling for her, looking for her. And he told the mother, I have been trying to track her down all day, and I have not had any luck. I haven't been able to find her. What you need to track somebody for? What you need to track down somebody for? She's a grown-ass woman with kids. Diddy saw his women as property. He saw his women as property. Cassie was property to him, not a girlfriend. Girlfriend is the word that you hide behind when you're doing some shit you shouldn't be doing, like R. Kelly. When you know you're trafficking someone and you should not be, all of a sudden they're your girlfriends. Okay? Yeah. When she got to be in public and smile and hang on you like she's your woman like that, like she enjoys being in your presence and being around you, but behind closed doors, she's low-key really scared of you. Girlfriend is the word that you hide behind when you know you on some creep shit, okay? And you learned that from your homeboy R. Kelly, because he was doing it, okay? Yeah. These girls said, oh, yeah, I love Robert. Oh, I just love Robert. We have fun together. We travel together. Oh, really? Well, why is it then we found out in the Surviving R. Kelly that you were locked on said bus for hours and hours at a time? You had to go to the bathroom. You had to get permission to use the bathroom. Why is that? As a grown-ass woman, if that's your girlfriend, she should be able to move as she pleases. Cassie should have been able to move as she pleased. If she wanted to go out of town, I could just say to you, hey, I'm going to go out of town and visit my mom or some friends or whatever. And you'd be okay with that, because if you're supposed to be a mogul, then you're too busy to be worrying about what I'm doing anyway, to be tracking me and knowing my every single move. But the fact that he was this person who was so much in control of not just her, but had people working for him that saw these said things, because enablers go to jail as well. They're still going to be going after enablers in the R. Kelly situation. Don't think that shit is over. So all the people who were enablers that watched this girl go through being hit and everything else that she went through, because this was like done out in the public. And Diddy had it so to the point to where people that worked for him were scared of him. And that's the type of atmosphere that he created, because he didn't want nobody questioning him in terms of what he did. He didn't want nobody questioning him in terms of what he did. I'm going to play you guys a video, and this is how he feels that he can talk to people. Let me play this shit for y'all. Because I was just like, who the fuck do he think he is? Who does he think he is? Diddy? Who do you think you are? Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Let me pull this shit up. If you guys were Making the Band fans like I was, I watched every single episode. Actually loved the show. Absolutely loved the show. Okay. Let me pull this up for you guys so you can see the kind of creep he is and how he feels that he can talk to people because he's Diddy. Okay. Let me pull this shit up. And if you saw the episode, if you actually watched the show, then you know exactly. And you actually know, you know. Let me find it because I was watching it earlier. Okay, here we go. You got that much? Okay, this is the scene where he made them go walk and get the cheesecake. Everybody remember that scene? For those of you that watch Making the Band on MTV back in the day, when he made Babs and all them, Fred and all them go walk and get the cheesecake. It's the way that he talked to them, like, yeah, I'm Diddy. You gonna walk to New York, okay? And they had to walk a long ass way just to do music, and they ain't even together no more. You done stifled their career like you did everybody else. You kept all their money. You done stopped their career, but they done walked all this way to get you a cheesecake that your ass didn't even eat. Only because you felt like you had power. Let's play this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing some cheesecake. You got that much? There you go. Go do your thing, man. Don't sit here and be talking about it, man. Be fly about it. Get your swag on. Walk that way. If it's that way, do it. If you want to think about it, or if you ain't gonna walk that way, walk to Brooklyn and be happy about it. And they asses walked. See how you talk to people? If you ain't gonna do it, then walk that way. Well, I'm walking to New York to get you some cheesecake, and you ain't even eat the shit. They were like, damn, my feet hurting. They walked from New Jersey all the way to fucking Brooklyn to Flatbush Avenue. And I've been to that cheesecake in Junior's. Anybody from New York? Shout out to Junior's Cheesecake on Flatbush Avenue. I know exactly where it is because I've been there before. Good ass cheesecake. And they got some good fish up in there too. Shout out to New York. New York in the house tonight. New York in the house. They walked their asses all the way from Jersey, Flatbush Avenue, to damn Junior's Cheesecake to get Diddy a fucking cheesecake that he did not even eat. I said, hot damn. Somebody said, yes, Junior's. I don't know about Junior's. Junior's is a shit. I went there. It's in the hood now. It's in the hood. It's in the hood. Oh my God. But the food is good. Cheesecake was bomb because I'm a cheesecake eater. I love cheesecake when I do eat something sweet. But I was like, damn, look at them. Their asses is walking. Look how he talking to them. And they just gonna take off walking. Look at Sarah back there. Y'all remember Sarah? Y'all remember Sarah? They looking like, nigga, I don't want to walk to go get no fucking cheesecake, Diddy. Like, it ain't that serious. We just want to rap. We just want to sing. Like, why we got to do all that just to look at Babs and them. They walking, honey, to go get this damn cheesecake. Mind you, it's at night. At night. Did all that to not have no career. Still don't have a fucking career. Fooling with Diddy. Fooling with Diddy. None of the artists that he actually dealt with, they don't really fool with him like that. Craig Mack don't fool with him. Craig Mack didn't fool with him. Craig Mack did not fool with him before he passed away. Oh, he did not. He did not. He did not. Mary J. Blige got the hell away from him off that label. And for a while, they fell out and wound up being friends again because of some shit that he was doing. And I was talking to my husband earlier. I said, babe, do you find it coincidental for Diddy and Biggie to be as close as they were back in the day? Because every time you saw Diddy, you saw Biggie. Every time you saw Biggie, you saw Diddy. Why was it so crazy that Biggie was in the SUV the night that Biggie got pow pow? Think about it. Why was it that Biggie was in the SUV in front of Diddy? Why was Diddy not in the same SUV as Biggie? I kind of feel like he knew that some shit was going to happen, or he orchestrated the shit to happen as well. Okay? I'm just saying, because the two of them were always together. And the fact that you knew that you guys were in a place where you were the most hated. Okay? You were the most hated, and it was already rumors that there was this beef going on. Why were you not with Biggie in the same SUV when this particular incident happened? I just find it to be very strange that Diddy separated himself from that and you were like in a whole nother vehicle behind him, like cars behind. Why is that? Oh, he was so distraught on camera when they showed him. But it was said that there was some money that came up missing. I kind of touched on it a little bit. It was said that some money came up missing, which is why Biggie was saying for the longest that he wanted to leave Bad Boy. He was tired. He was tired of Diddy. He was tired of Diddy and his bullshit, and he wanted to leave, and he did not want him to leave. So I find it very crazy that in that moment, Diddy chose to ride in a whole nother SUV, and Biggie was riding in another SUV when said pow pow occurred. I find it very strange. I said I find it strange because the two of them are always together. He was very protective of Biggie, but I find it very strange that after Biggie started talking about he wanted to leave Bad Boy, all of a sudden you start separating yourself from him. All of a sudden this particular night, some shit done popped off and you ain't around him. You made sure you was far away from him. Somebody said in Tupac. I found it very strange. Allegedly. Because we want to be under the Fair Use Act. I find it very strange. Why weren't you in the car with him, Diddy? That's your homeboy. That's your boy. You protected him from everyone and everything. When he said, I don't want to be on Bad Boy no more. I'm sick of your shit. Oh, I'm going to ride back here tonight. Yeah, y'all go ahead. Everybody get in there. Yeah, seize all y'all get up in that vehicle. I'm going to ride back here in this SUV back here. I find that very strange, Diddy. Some stuff is really starting to uncover now, okay? Kim Porter's death, I don't believe that she died of natural causes. That's bullshit. Because what is the chances of her writing a tell-all book to openly tell your secrets, Diddy, and the things that she's seen? Just like Cassie saw some things, okay? And that all that's going to come out too, believe it. And I think he's going to think about this situation. He's going to come up off that 30 million because if this goes to trial, every intricate detail of what this girl went through is going to come out. I think he's going to try to wait it out as long as he can, but I think his pride is not going to let that shit come out, and he's going to go ahead and settle and pay this girl this money and get the fuck on with his life and probably go to jail after they do this surviving Diddy. Then there's going to be some shutting down in terms, same way they did R. Kelly. Everything went downhill for him after the surviving R. Kelly, and the same shit is going to happen to Diddy. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Look at Epstein. That's what it's giving me. Epstein, the black version. Diddy, you the black Epstein. And there's other women. I'm waiting on other women to come out. It's not just Cassie. Because Diddy is never with one person. Carisha. Diddy is never with just one woman. Okay? Like I said before, when he was with Cassie, he still was low-key messing with Kim Porter. Now that he's with Carisha, you just had a 6-month-old. You just had a baby who's barely 6 months old. All right. And then the other woman that I played the video for you guys earlier was saying that during the time that he was with Cassie, that she was also seeing him. And that Cassie was trying to tell her, don't mess with him. Like, not because I'm jealous. Like, girl, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Like, don't mess with him. He is crazy. And you kept messing with him and had to see it on your own until he put pause on you. And I'm willing to believe the same stuff that Cassie was going through, she was going through as well. You can't tell me because it's a pattern. That is what he likes. He gets his rocks off for that. There's more women that's coming out. And I can't wait. More women are going to be coming out. Watch what I tell you. Cassie coming out and filing this lawsuit has opened the door for other women to feel like they can speak, just like the Bill Cosby situation. It took one woman coming out and saying, hey, he did this to me. And they were like, oh my God, I went through the same exact thing where he put something in my drink too. I got to talk about it. Like, thank you for opening the door and talking about it. Now I can say it because all this time I felt like I couldn't even speak about it because I was too embarrassed or I didn't want to be judged because y'all know this is the first thing somebody say when somebody come out and say, oh, I was violated and this happened to me X amount of years ago, da-da-da-da-da. Now we got a star. Well, an ex-star, because we don't see her in no more movies. I ain't seen her ass since Friday. And if y'all seen her in any movies since then, feel free to let me know. Paula J. Parker getting her ass cheeks tore off on social media because she decided to speak up and talk down about Cassie coming out and speaking her truth. See, it don't pay for you to be speaking out on shit that you don't really know about. Because at the end of the day, as women, and I said it before, we speak about things when we're ready to speak about it. But the simple fact that Miss Paula J. Parker decided to put her wide bass mouth ass up in a situation when you should be trying to advocate for and be a shoulder for this person to lean on. You're in Hollywood. You could have reached out to Cassie and said, hey, I'm sorry that you went through what you went through. Just like all the other women did. But because you chose to take a different approach, you got your ass cheeks tore off, okay? Yeah. They're saying that Paula J. Parker, honey, I'm going to show y'all a picture. Y'all remember her from Friday. Y'all remember her? I ain't seen her in nothing else since then. And y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all have. I ain't seen her in nothing else, and that's probably why. They're saying that Paula J. Parker, honey, is facing backlash as people call her out for victim blaming, okay, Cassie, after seeing her recent comments on Twitter. All right. All right, so let's get into what she had to say. Paula J. Parker says that as a victor, okay, she says that one would think that I get it. She says, but I don't. She says, I was a child looking for nothing from anyone, but y'all called us thirsty for protecting what's mine, but it ain't thirsty when you forget to protect your behind. She continues. She's on Twitter saying this. She continues, and I'm sorry I have to blow it up, guys, because it's so small. She says, I'm sorry I don't get it. She says, I used to be 19, and I was in the industry, and I was quite capable of saying no. Okay. She goes on to say that everybody different in all situations is not the same. She says some are stronger than others. She says that I wish someone would have said that to the 3-year-old me that couldn't say no, but by 19, she says we're all strong enough to make choices that affect the rest of our lives. She says if you can't say no, then you're built for it. She says take that midnight train now before you get yourself in trouble with your asses in, because they've been lighting you up, and I've been seeing the comments. She says that I guess I'm just a child of the 80s. I believe Miss Nancy when she said just say no. She goes on to say that I'm not saying that it didn't happen. She's talking about Cassie. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm saying that she wasn't complaining about being his woman and the fame that came with it. She says what goes on between man and woman is just that. She says, and what point does pleasing your man become all of this? She says only chicks dating freaky millionaires, okay? She also goes on to say that hashtag freaky being the operative word. Bitch, what the fuck? Really? You already said that you were a victim of SA, okay? But then you turn around and victimize someone who has the courage and strength to come out and speak on their experience after you just spoke about yours prior to you downing and beating down this woman for coming out and speaking her truth when she felt like she could speak it. I just said this morning, we're not putting timelines on somebody's pain. I'm going to say it again. Do not put timelines on someone's pain. When a person feels like they're ready to come out and speak on it, you don't know what it took for them to be able to speak out on what they went through. We don't know what it took for Cassie to come out and speak on what she spoke on, okay? If you read in the deposition, she talked about how she's been having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. She still had to go to rehab and everything because she was addicted on a drug that she was put on by Diddy, that it was hard for her to shake even after she left him. And this was also during the time that she was married to her husband and became a mother. She still had to get treatment. And she still had nights where she could not sleep, where she would be jumping in her sleep, steady replaying the things that she went through while she was with this monster. While she is hovered over in a corner while this monster is putting hands and feet on her. And she is vulnerable and screaming out for help, but the fucking music is so loud that nobody can hear her. So how dare you, Paula J. Parker, with your wide bass mouth ass, hop your ass on Twitter and any other social media outlet to tell a woman when they should speak about something, and for her after she's 19 years old to just take that shit? Girl, goodbye. Goodbye. You can't speak on something unless you've been in it. I don't think you were ever trafficked. You said you went through SA. Okay. My condolences to you for your feelings in that. And my heart goes out to any woman who's been through that. But I don't like when a person downplays someone else's pain and the shit that they went through in their life that was traumatic to them. That was very, irresponsible. And if you didn't have anything to say that was uplifting to this woman who went through what she went through, who is now raising daughters. Let's continue, because there's more. Oh, there's more. She didn't stop there. She says that I think y'all just don't like him. Oh, really? That's the bullshit that I don't like, because they said the same bullshit about R. Kelly. Oh, I don't think he did it. Why? Because he sing real good? Because he wrote a bunch of hits? Because he looks so good in public? Because he's nice when he come out and do interviews and he get on stage and he just wow the crowd? Oh, you don't think that he would do that? Because some people do have the tendency to be one way in public and one way in private. That is possible, you know. But let's continue. She says that I think that y'all just don't like him, but he didn't invent the game. He just plays it. Really, bitch? She says that hubby thinks that I don't like her, but that's not true. She says, I don't like chicks that take the easy route and get mad when it doesn't pan out. She says, God bless the child who's got his own. She says that I'm trying so hard to see the victim here, but do sex slaves usually get to pick their sex partners in 5-star hotels? Girl, I'm about to tear your ass off in a few minutes as soon as I finish reading this shit here, because it's the sheer audacity. She said, you should have took the deal. Wasn't it James who tried to tell y'all? She says, it's cheaper to keep her. She says, all couples should be evenly yoked, and that includes sexually. There's more. She's still talking, okay? She says, but yes, I believe she deserves compassion, or compensation, rather. I went to school. Yes, I deserve, she deserves some compensation. Why would you think she deserved compensation if you don't think she was violated? What would she be getting compensation for? If you don't feel that she was violated and she should have just laid down and took it because she was supposed to be his girlfriend who was in a 5-star hotel getting the shit beat out of her when that's not something that she signed up for. She wanted to be an artist, not a DV survivor. She wanted to be a singer and a dancer and an entertainer, not somebody's beard. The motherfucker was 30-something years old. She was 19 years old in her prime. He took her good years. She spent 13 years in this bullshit. Day after day after day being scared, day after day trying to figure out how she's going to get out of a situation. And you sit your trout mouth ass on here and victimize this woman. Let's continue. Lord, 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 Lord. She says, did you read that thing? Talking about the deposition. She says, it sounds like something out of a Penny Dreadful. She says that I'm tired of women making poor choices that affect us all. How is this affecting you? Because you, according to you, said you went through your own SA incident, okay? So that is something that, baby, you should still try to heal from and or get therapy for, ma'am, because it's looking like you are trying to deflect from what you went through and still try to piggyback off of what another person went through and then victimize them at the same time. That's what it's giving me. If you don't have nothing to say, then don't say shit at all, because from what it's looking like right here, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. First, let's start there. You don't know what you're talking about. It's looking like you're trying to get some type of traction or some type of clout behind this, because ain't nobody calling you for no TV shows. How long Friday been out? We talking about the first one. How long has it been since the first Friday's been out? Because I ain't seen you in no more shows, sis. So it's looking like you looking for some type of clout behind this situation with Cassie when she's still living in hell right now. After this motherfucker done sat here and said that he did nothing to her, when in fact he knew he put paws and feet on her. I see y'all putting it in male identified stupid individuals who praise niggas like this. And I gotta call you because that's some nigga shit. I don't like to call people that, but sometimes it means ignorant. Go look it up. Nigga means ignorant. That's some nigga shit. Some ignorant shit for a female. For a female to not be able to identify with another woman coming out after years of dealing with what she dealt with and say, you know what, girl, I feel your pain. I'm sorry for what you went through. Here's my number. If you need to call me when you're having a moment, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's how you handle that situation. And if you don't want to get involved and if you feel like the shit never happened, guess what? Keep your mouth shut. because all you're doing is putting yourself in a situation to where you are going to be getting your own karma down the road. People have a way of creating their own karma in situations when all you got to do is keep your damn mouth shut. Were you there when she went through what she went through? So how the fuck are you going to tell her how to deal with what she dealt with when your funky, musky, fish-smelling ass won't there? Let me roll my eyes at her ass, because it's the audacity of your bald-headed edges, fish-smelling ass to even speak on that shit. Let's continue. She done pissed me off, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get a drink. Shit. Slam my cup down, too. All right. So let's go on and finish what she said. Did you read that thing? Talking about the deposition. It sounds like something out of A Penny Dreadful. I'm tired of women making poor choices that affect us all. Setting a precedent that leaves us vulnerable. 10 years from now, some dudes say that your lack of affection gave them PTSD. And every abstinent dad is by choice. I can't take it, y'all. Oh, there's more. We're not done. There's more. Maybe I'm jaded because I'm here. Girl, you're very jaded. You are very disconnected. You are very out there. You are very, very, very unwoke. There's so many words that I can attach to you right now. Maybe I'm jaded because I'm here. I live it and I see it every day. Really. The pretty ones with little talents take what they want, while the rest of us depend on God. So you're mad because your career went nowhere? You had one little acting part in Friday and no one else called you because you don't have what it takes. And Cassie was able to get all the things that you wanted to acquire, okay, within the time that she acquired them at a price, of course. I'm going to say it again, at a price. Don't think that shit don't come with a price. Carisha, everything that she is acquiring from Diddy is coming with a price. Nothing is free. Not in that industry. You got to do something to get something. Like they say, you got to bring some ass to get some ass. Can we be a little raw? So it comes with a price. Unfortunately, the price that she had to pay almost took her life. Let's continue. She says the Bible says, and I don't like this, honey. Don't even bring the Bible in, because first of all, the Bible says, judge not so that you don't be judged. And that is all you're doing in this little post that you're doing on Twitter, ma'am. You are judging. But let's continue. The Bible says that bribery is okay in business. Does it? What kind of Bible you reading and what kind of weed are you smoking? Okay, and not necessarily in that order. You can answer, but not necessarily in that order. What kind of Bible are you reading? Can't be the King James Version. That's the only one I read, okay? What kind of Bible are you reading, and what are you smoking, and what kind of drugs are you on, allegedly? Okay, because you cannot be thinking straight to say that. Why people always want to put God in their mess when they be trying to be on the bullshit? Like, why is that? Let's continue, child. She says, the Bible says bribery is okay in business. Give a little to get ahead. I never read that nowhere. And not that I read every single word in the Bible, but I'm sorry, I do read my Bible. And I've never heard of that. She said, so she did. And he should have took the deal. She meant she, but she put he. All right. She goes on to say, I don't want any more 19-year-olds letting some Negro dangle the hashtag Beyonce carrot in her face, accepting, okay, hashtag FOS, okay. That's all. Hashtag tough love. That's not tough love. That's some bullshit. Okay. You should have said hashtag bullshit. That's what should have went right there. Not tough love. That's not tough love, baby. That's you speaking on a situation that you don't really know about. That's you speaking on something that you should have kept your mouth shut about, Paula J. Parker, okay? That we haven't heard from since Friday, sis. And you really not going to be getting no jobs now because they tearing her ass up on Twitter. Don't nobody want to work with somebody like that. With the mentality that you have, sis, if you are going through something, ma'am, and I don't wish nothing on nobody, but some people just deserve the karma that they create. And you, ma'am, you deserve whatever karma is coming your way for the insensitive comments that you chose to make on this woman's situation. If you read that deposition, let me put my phone down. Let me be on my Erykah Badu. I can make you put your phone down. All right, but anyway, if you read said deposition word for word, because I have, okay, very gruesome. How can you not read this deposition word for word and not have some type of empathy for this woman, okay? Even if you don't believe it, there's some points in that deposition that make you be like, damn, like, oh my God, Cassie, like I cringe. It was cringe for me. Anybody else, after all the things that you guys have heard that this woman have gone through, was it not cringe for you? Even if you didn't hear the entire deposition, just from the stuff that you've heard. I mean, let's back it up. The picture that I showed you guys, was that not cringe enough? Was that not cringe enough from the picture that I showed you guys earlier? Was that alone not just cringe worthy? Okay. You can put it in the chat. It's okay. That alone was cringeworthy. So imagine everything that she played out, because you have to have a deposition to say word for word of what happened from here to here to here to here. You got to put that in there. So for me, reading the deposition of what happened from 2008 when she first came in contact with him, all the way up until the time that she left, and the fact that he used Kim Porter's death to reel her back in as a means to say that he was kind of suffering and grieving and all that, as a means to bring her right back in order to R-word her, clearly shows the dysfunction and the hatred for women that he has. Because you got to be a special type of creep to violate a woman in that way. When a woman is telling you no, and you still push yourself on them, and still, because she was saying that when he bust through the door behind her, he was already unbuckling his pants. So she already knew what was getting ready to happen. How did she know? Because the shit had already happened before. Repeatedly. These are things that he done repeatedly. So imagine, she was probably in the back of her mind like, oh my God, here we go again. How do I fight him off, Lord? He done pushed himself into my home. How do I get this crazy motherfucker out my house and not have him violate me again? So like she did all the other times, she had to lay there and take it. And stay in silence and deal with what she had to deal with. And now, yesterday, come out and be strong enough to talk about it. And a person like Paula J. Parker come right out behind that and hear all of the gruesome things that this woman went through. And this is what you have to say. This is your response. And it's crazy the fact that you were also a survivor of, being violated in that way. So the fact that you have no sympathy for her because she had things that you wanted to acquire in your career and you never did, speaks volumes to the type of bitch you are. And I don't like to call women that unless they deserve it. You showing jealous bitch behavior. You don't want to see her get to 30 million because that's probably something that you strive to have in your career that you probably will never, ever see. You probably ain't even make $50 off the fucking movie that you were in for Friday. Because from what I hear everybody else saying, $5,000, Pops made like $5,000 from the movie from Friday. So I know your role, and you won't even like a main character. You probably made barely $500 in that bitch. So you mad at another woman because she didn't have to work as hard as you and she acquired the things that she had. You will forever know who Cassie is. And she ain't put out but a couple songs. We don't give a damn who you are. Because they kept saying, who is Paula J. Parker? The bitch was that the girl from Friday? If they got to ask, was she the girl from Friday? Everybody know who Cassie is. Put a picture up of Cassie, put a picture up of Paula J. Parker. I bet you they'll notice Cassie before you. I bet you. Children nowadays, they probably ain't even watch. They probably didn't even know Cassie back in the day. Probably know who she is. Probably ain't listening to none of her music. Put a picture up of Paula J. Parker and put a picture up of Cassie. And I bet you they'll point Cassie out before they point out Paula J. Parker. So you mad because you're not relevant? Are you mad because you're not relevant? Are you mad because this woman is getting ready to be paid for her pain, which she should? And I keep saying, I don't think 30 million is enough. After hearing everything she went through, I don't think 30 million is enough. Diddy is a billionaire. Billion with a B. Nigga, you can come up off more than 30 million. You probably spend that on a house. For everything she went through, the constant violations, strange men coming up in there and violating her, nigga, you need to be giving her a good 200 million. Maybe 300 million. You still ain't gave her music or none of the money that she made from it. So you low-key owe her. That's probably what you owe her after all the years of her money, of her music just sitting there. And according to her, she never received no residuals from her music. Me and You was one of her hottest songs. So where her money at, Diddy? Supposed to get a check every month. I said it this morning. I know how this shit work. From my understanding, she wrote the song. So we all know songwriters get paid more than the actual artist. So where is her fucking money? The same place everybody else that worked for you as an artist. The same place their money went. The same place their money went. Where's her money at, Diddy? Several artists. That's why they don't fuck with him to this day. B5, all them. Everybody that worked with Diddy. Don't none of them fool with him. Because of that. And that's the gig. And I'm starting to see what the gig is. And I keep saying R. Kelly and Diddy, because they do the same shit. But it's no coincidence that they keep using this music thing. Oh, I'm gonna make you a star. I'm gonna make you a star. Even the ones that can't sing, just because you're pretty. Oh, and they say Diddy don't hire any female artists unless he know he can fuck them. Or lay down with them for my older crowd, because I want to watch my mouth a little bit. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to watch my mouth a little bit. He said he don't sign any female artists unless he knows that he can sleep with them. Oh yeah. He don't hire them unless he know he have a chance to sleep with them. And the reason why he ain't giving them their money is because they won't sign NDAs. Did y'all know that? They won't sign NDAs because there's things that they've seen, being around Diddy, seen and heard and know about. So as a means to make them shut up, I'm going to hold your money and your residuals and everything that I'm supposed to pay you, and I'm going to make you sign this NDA. And if you don't sign it, I ain't giving you shit. And I'm going to drop you as an artist and make it look like you're not doing what you need to do as an artist. So, yeah. Somebody said it's okay, real, it's your channel. I'm trying to watch my mouth a little bit because I know y'all. I know it's my channel, but I have an older audience that watch me, and I don't know. I was raised that way to where you have to kind of be respectful. And I don't know. In the back of my mind, I don't want to always just kind of fly off like that and just be like, motherfucker. I don't like to be like that all the time, because I do have older people that watch me, and I don't want them to be like, my God, Caramel, like I love your channel, but your mouth. I'm trying, y'all. But they are saying that bad boy artists, according to what I pulled up, bad boy artists, that they are not getting music and publishings because they refuse to sign NDAs. Okay. NDAs, if they don't sign an NDA from things that they see and or hear and that they've been around and that they've noticed, like Cassie, a lot of them saw Cassie and the things that she went through, but they can't talk about that because they're under gag orders. And if they don't sign an NDA, then they walk away with nothing, and eventually they get dropped. That's why you hear, oh, he's working with this artist, he's working with that artist, then you hear from them no more. They're not signing no NDAs. Day 26. I'll name off a few. Danny DeCane, great group. One of the hottest female groups that was on Bad Boy. Go look them up. Go look them up. Go look them up. Craig Mack was one of the hottest artists that Bad Boy had in addition to Biggie. Flavor in Your Ear, hot song. Back in the day, you can't tell me any club you went to when they played Flavor in the Ear, baby, you shaking your ass somewhere. If you in the car and Flavor in the Ear, come on, you on this right here. Because that was that song. Tell me you didn't when you did. If I hear it right now, I'm word for word. Because y'all know I try to be, I got a little thug in me. Y'all know what it is. I like rap stuff too. And I'll be like this in the car. They be like, what's wrong with this bitch? I'm feeling it. Y'all know when y'all hear Flavor in the Ear with the beat, when the beat come on, you be like, shh. Y'all be on that. When they don't sign them NDAs though, somebody say 100. Y'all know if y'all my age group now, if y'all my age group, y'all know. Go back to the 90s and let them play that shit like that. Day 26. I was a huge fan of Day 26. Still is. Day 26. They came up on the show making the band. For those of you guys that watched it. Oh yeah, somebody said me too, Rail. Yes, Makita Johnson. Yes. It's Cameron. She also playing the movie Tales from the Hood. Oh, did she? I ain't seen it then. My bad. Still ain't nobody. Because like I said in Twitter, they was like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, don't nobody know her. Who are you? Oh, that's the shit. That's the girl from Friday. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The girl that got paid $500 in the movie Friday. Oh, okay, girl. That's how they were like. Girl, you want nobody. But so many artists, like I said, the little group, little boys, B5. Okay. Yeah, what was the group? So many damn groups. Shit, it was so many groups that he effed over. And when they don't sign certain paperwork to cover his ass, then that's what Diddy does. He's been real snakish. Diddy been snakish for some years. Said she did a voiceover for Proud Family. Oh, okay. We give her that, girl. Bottom line, you still a hater because you hating on Cassie for what she's been able to acquire and where she is in her life. And because your life ain't doing shit. Period. Okay, we'll give you that, girl. Proud Family voiceover. And Friday. And what else y'all say she played in? I ain't heard nothing else that she been in. But go off. Okay. But we're gonna get on out of here, child, because I'm tired of talking about Diddy, aka Booty Hole on Swole. I'm tired of talking about his ass because at the end of the day, baby, I just want to see justice be served. I want to see justice be served because we see this so many times. A lot of women who've been violated, and anytime that it happens with men with a lot of money, like R. Kelly did, like Diddy, who is a billionaire, they're able to pay money and make things go away. But I don't feel like this situation is going to be that. I feel like now that it has come out in the open and it's starting to snowball. Like, are we even talking about Will and Jada and Dwayne Martin anymore right now? Like, that's not even a topic of discussion. Like, I was going to prepare something to talk about. I was like, nobody want to hear about this shit right now. Everybody wants to talk about this shit that's going on with Cassie and Diddy. Like, I low-key did want to talk about Will and Dwayne, y'all, but I don't think y'all want to hear that shit. Somebody said Busta Rhymes. Yeah, LL Cool. Yeah, all that. I still listen to all that. Old school rap. This new school, some of this new school stuff, I can't, y'all. I can't. And I listen to words. I'm the type of person that listen to words when I hear music. Some of this new age shit, I cannot. Like, for real. I got to take that back to the 90s. Like, when rap was like real. I don't know what this shit is out now. Okay. I just want to rock. Now, the song is okay because the beat is okay. But you're not saying shit in the song. I just want to rock. I don't know, y'all. Maybe it's just me. Anybody like the song? I like the song because of the beat, but it ain't saying shit. I mean, it ain't flavor in your ear where you just can like rap along and you just like vibing like this. You just on this shit here. I just want to rock. Like, what is that? But go off. We're gonna get on out of here, guys, because pop-ins are really supposed to be like 45 minutes or so. We've been on here for like almost an hour and a half. I will be doing a pop-in tomorrow, and we will talk about some more topics that I pulled that I did not get a chance to get to tonight because I've been running my mouth. But thank you guys for being here so much. Moss, thank y'all for doing such an awesome job. I saw Bill Wilson. I think Linda Gamble is here. Scorpion Miss, is she here? She's usually modding for me as well. Thank y'all so much for doing such an awesome job. I hope everybody hit the like button tonight. I hope everyone that came in, even everybody in the bushes, you're welcome to stay in the bushes. It's fine. I hope everybody hit the like button because you guys got a very, very nice commentary tonight, okay? Did y'all enjoy the show tonight? Did y'all enjoy the topics that we talked about tonight? All the tea that we dropped tonight as well? If so, go ahead and like the video, okay? Guys, like the video. Why are you here if you're not going to like the video? Let YouTube know, child, that you're here and just keep this in the algorithm, okay? Caramel, we're working hard over here trying to give you guys great topics, okay? Thank you so much, Siobhan Foster. She says, great show. I appreciate it, okay? You guys be blessed and never stressed. And let's come on back tomorrow for another great video. I will send out my notification to you guys as well. All right, hit that notification bell, though, so that you'll know when we have new videos, okay? Somebody said, great show. Thank you, Les Moore. Thank you so much. All right, you guys be blessed. Let's have a great night. Let's get out of here. Love you guys all the way that way, and goodbye.